Yep.
Cybernation Uncensored.
All right, and we're live. This is Fallout Pacific Northwest. We are on Cybernation Uncensored, which is sponsored by Modiphius Entertainment. Notice I remember to actually get that in this time. Anyway, I am Darren, the Overseer, and let's go ahead and go around and introduce our players, starting with Eric.
Eric playing Regis Mosset, the sometimes reliable wilderness explorer of the group.
And also Scholar.
And Scholar, sometimes reliable scholar. Terrible shot.
Terrible shot. Yes, that's one thing that's definitely true about your character. All right, Raven.
Hello, everyone. My name's Raven. You can find me all over the internet at A Familiar Raven. I GM the High Riders on Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Tonight I'll be playing Miss Gusset, or Major Gusset, Miss Gutsy. And it's always a good time to choose violence. Thank you.
All right, Dennis.
Hi, I'm Dennis. You can find me pretty much everywhere at okayest__DM or okayestdm if whatever social media site you use doesn't allow underscores in the username. I'm a game designer, a YouTuber, and tonight I will be playing Garrick Benson, our sniper newbie.
Cool. And for those who don't know me by now, I'm Darren Drader. I am an RPG designer. I also run a Star Trek Adventures game. Speaking of which, we've had a little bit of turnover in players. So we've lost a couple. We're bringing in 3 more. And we're going to be moving the game for the start of Season 3 to Cybernation Uncensored, starting this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. So tune in for Session 0. Should be a great time. Looking forward to it. All right, so does anybody remember what the heck is going on at this point?
Ooh, good question.
Not it.
I'm sure Cap knows.
Yeah. Oh, in great detail.
We found out that the ghoul town, well, it's not a ghoul town. It was once a ghoul town. We found out that the human mechanics that moved in, kicked out the ghouls and were attacking them because they thought they were too far ghoul. I forgot what the correct term is, but it's not feral. Because that's bad slang according to Bolt. So we we fixed that.
Yes, you brokered peace in that town.
Uh-huh.
Them and their giant robot.
We finally made it to Yakavegas.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about where we left off, pretty much. I think Regis and Garrick went into town to try some spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, but on the way into Yakavegas, you saw some warning signs. You saw some people who were like impaled on pikes, and but they're wearing the uniforms and the armor of Caesar's Legion.
That's right.
So you decided to go ahead and go in anyway, and then you parked. And you were thinking that people were going to come running to the taco dozer so you could make them tacos. And nobody did.
Seems their food situation's pretty good already.
Mm-hmm. So you went in, and I believe it was Regis and Bolt We went into this nice little Italian restaurant, and they were serving you some wine, and that's when my internet connection decided to crap out.
Yep.
So hopefully we won't have that problem tonight. But we'll go ahead and pick up right there. So yes, with Bolt not being here, Regis, you're gonna have to carry the scene.
Was it Bolt and Regis, or was it Garrick?
No, I think it was Garrick and I. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Bolt would
Bolt,
not have
stay
left
with
the
me.
taco dozer.
Bolt was not a fan of the marinara.
That's right. You're okay. I guess you don't need to carry the scene because Garrick is here.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, and go.
What lovely spaghetti we're having tonight, Regis.
It's mom spaghetti.
Do we trust the wine, Garrick?
Well, we trust everything else here so far, and it's not been too bad.
Well, they don't like Caesar's Legion. We don't like Caesar's Legion. I'll toast to that, man.
Same. Clink.
Okay, so as you guys are sitting here and you're sipping wine and eating spaghetti, the door to the restaurant opens, and you see a man standing there who looks to be dressed in a samurai armor that is made of junk. And with that, I would like to introduce tonight's guest player.
Whoa.
This
Wild.
Hey, John, how's it going?
feels familiar. It's been a while.
How we doing?
Yes, Miyamoto was one of the original characters in this campaign, and he is back for a little bit.
Fabulous.
Awesome. So do I?
Are we making eye contact? With
Yeah, I want to know.
Or are we like,
Well, the only one that you would know out of this group would be
most
Regis. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I see him, even though he's typically a fairly reserved as far as emotions go, Miyamoto kind of rushes to the table, kind of tries to get behind maybe to surprise, and like puts his hand firmly on maybe this is a bad idea, but puts it on Regis's shoulder.
oh shit!
Garrick has his hand on I think he still has a pipe pistol.
Miyamoto says, a friendly face.
Long time, stranger.
What brings you here?
Whoa. Hang on. You know this guy?
We traveled together for a while. Before the Taco Dozer was the Taco Dozer.
Taco Dozer. Oh, don't tell me.
Oh, you be prepared to be excited.
He kind of
Killdozer has been rechristened.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yep. It's amazing.
It's a movable feast, man. That's a good time.
It's always the right time. I had tacos before we started tonight. So Miyamoto looks
Cap in the chat goes, "Why do I have to miss this one?" Gah!
You don't. Jump on.
Hey, Cap, remember that surprise I was telling you about? This is it.
Garrick's. What is Garrick's? I don't know if I missed the description. I was listening to players describing themselves, but the character Garrick. What do I see when I look at the table sitting next to Regis?
A kid, maybe like 18, 19. He is real, like sort of like not too injured for being or out in the wasteland. There's no like scars on his face or anything. You can see he's got a blue vault jumpsuit underneath his armor, and on his back he's carrying a well-worn laser musket.
Have I noticed that maybe you've eased your grip on your pipe pistol when he says that he knows me?
Yeah. At this point, Garrick is sort of like leaning back and just like letting two old friends catch up.
All right. So yeah, I would probably find a nearby chair if there's not one at this table and just kind of slide it over and sit down. Nice to meet you. Any friend of Regis is a friend of mine. I'm Miyamoto Lamore.
Garrick
Like extends his
Benson,
hand, kinda.
I think.
Yep.
And Garrick will take your hand. So, you used to travel together. I've heard a lot of stories about like what went down at the dam with, frog people and exploding something.
I think Miyamoto actually predates all of that.
Yeah, he's missed some stuff.
Yeah, none of that
Don't
sounds
want
familiar
to
to
know.
me.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, you'll be happy to know that we got some fusion cores back to Vault 2. He doesn't predate that, does he, Regis?
Yep.
Excellent. There was so that issue's been resolved then, Regis.
Yeah.
How did you manage that one without me, of course?
Barely.
Well, I'm glad to see you here. I'm sorry that I disappeared the way that I did.
Hey, we travel, so
Some urgent
good to have
business.
you back, even for a little bit.
Some urgent stuff came up with the Rangers, but it's actually
Marshals.
it's actually fairly good timing that you're showing up now. I don't want to interrupt your meal, but maybe afterwards we have a talk about why I'm here and maybe I have some work for you.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
well, we only just arrived like 30 minutes ago.
Please
so
enjoy your pasta.
I mean,
Probably some of the best pasta in the wasteland.
This town
Probably.
has a
only
weird
pasta
vibe,
in
man.
the wasteland.
I mean, I'll eat their pasta, but this town has a weird vibe. I look forward to seeing what you know.
Yeah, well, we'll take our time letting you get settled, and then
Unfortunately, there's probably a difference between what John knows and what Miyamoto knows about the town.
yeah.
The one thing that I can tell you is that it is very factionalized, and there's a number of different groups that are kind of vying for control, but they're also doing a little better than most places in the wasteland. They are, after all, producing wine, and they've got like actual restaurants now. So it's kind of an unusual situation. But they have been recently threatened by Caesar's Legion, or what Caesar's Legion has morphed into since coming to the Pacific Northwest.
Good times.
Not meaning to interrupt or anything.
No.
So I would.
Well,
Oh, go
a
ahead.
meal is as good a place as any to have a chat.
Unless other ears shouldn't hear this.
Well, we can be discreet, I think. I just
Okay.
didn't want to. On our first meeting since, well, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I could definitely use some extra hands. Obviously, you've noticed that Caesar's Legion's kind of gathering in the area, and it's come to my attention. Somebody that I know as kind of a powerful, maybe not powerful, but I'm trying to find. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in new to a game that I haven't played in a while, and but he's a higher up. He's a higher up. Is stationed nearby to the north. And I've been trying to figure out a way to maybe make a strike on that camp.
Okay.
See if we can't find some information, or if I can't get some information and maybe take down some of the leadership. And right when all of that is seeming a little bit hopeless for me, you show up.
Hey, that's good timing.
As I said,
Seems weirdly opportune.
I can't promise it's not going to be dangerous, but it's always a good time when Regis and Miyamoto are hanging out.
Yeah.
So what do you guys
I
think?
don't mean to butt in, but usually I'd like to know who I'm shooting at. So who are you after exactly, and why? I need to know some background before I mean, no offense. I mean, as you said, any friend of Regis's is a friend of mine, but I need some details.
Yeah, he nods at you, and if Darren doesn't mind, because obviously you know more what my character would know than I do. I don't want to speak on it. So
Well, you
maybe
didn't
this is
spend
learning.
4 hours before this session researching?
Right. We've been discussing whether or not I was going to be able to make a session for about a week or two now, but it worked out really well that I've got the holiday weekend and here I am. So,
Nice.
so from the notes that I got, what I know is that, like, again, there is a kind of a higher up in the camp to the north. These affiliated with Caesar's legions and some of the raiders that have been kind of rallied to his cause. And because I know this person and know their presence is most likely there, it's an opportunity to gain information and maybe strike a blow to some of the local forces of the Legion. That's what I know as a player and a character. If I know more as a character, I don't know what that is. Like the name.
I think that sums up the notes I sent you.
I don't know his name specifically as a player, so.
You don't know that at all, actually.
Okay, so I just
don't
know
have his
of
name.
this guy. I don't know him personally. Then.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you know he's there, and you know that they've established a camp.
Yeah.
And you suspect that if you could take him out, or at least raid the camp and raid his quarters, you could probably gather some intelligence about them. As for Caesar's Legion, Caesar is long dead, so this is what's left of his legion that moved north after they were defeated down by Las Vegas, or New Vegas rather. So they moved north. Because they were organized and they're pretty badass, they've been able to go around to a lot of different raiders and recruit them to their cause. And so now, like what used to be like 1,000 different groups of raiders are now just turning into the new Legion. And this is the group that originally stole the reactor core from Vault 2.
Does Miyamoto know that?
Yes.
Okay. Regis, you'll be interested to know that this is the group that I believe.
How they know that too? They figured that one out a little while ago.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we don't like these guys.
Look at it this way, Regis. This is a chance for us to get a little payback.
Like the sound of that.
Maybe make the Pacific Northwest a little safer place to be.
Well, that's exactly what we're working on right now. In fact, once we do this favor, assuming we all come out alive, we actually could use your help with. Do you have any inns here in Yakavegas?
Only with what remains of the Rangers stationed here.
Well, it sounds like an organization we'd like to be able to contact. We're actually we're on a mission from Vault 2 trying to set up a radio network with as many large and formidable and good-intentioned organizations as we can. We've got I think we still have over a dozen ham radios left in the Taco Dozer. And we're hoping to get one set up here with whatever leadership there is in Yakavegas.
So I think that would be something I could discuss with my contacts here. Let's go. Regis got to meet some of the Rangers when he was with us earlier. or when I was with you guys, with him earlier. Let's go have a talk with the people that I know that are here, and see what we can do about that and this other thing that we need to take care of here.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Do you want to? I mean, if there's going to be a shootout, the major's not going to want to miss it. Maybe I should go get her.
The major.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're gonna like Major Gusset.
Regis, do you trust this? I mean, you trust Garrett?
Yes, I do. And lots of guns. A better shot than me. So
Anybody that's into guns is a friend of
Indeed.
mine, and he you can see that he's just pipe pistol, and the guy is he's a gunman. Well, then I suggest we go get the major.
All right. Garrick will finish his last bite of spaghetti and put his plate to the side.
Okay, so you head back to the Taco Dozer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you head back as a group or just by yourself?
I would, if he's going to go get her, I would probably, unless invited, stay and just visit with Regis. That would probably be what happens.
Okay.
Catch up on what's been going on since last we met. Maybe get the highlights. And that's not something we have to do in conversation here, but that's what would be happening.
Surprise! It's a recap episode.
Yeah.
It's a clip show. Sorry about the clip show.
Scooby-Doo ending.
I think I've got more than a few episodes to watch to catch up.
It's actually red herring. I'm kidding.
Okay, so Garrick, you get back to the Taco Dozer, which apparently Bolt is refusing to leave.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
Considering that he's not here tonight.
Yeah.
Both just being grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Someone will come. Someone will come get tacos eventually.
All right, just sit there and be grumpy.
yeah.
Well, how
I'm
was
gonna
it?
Tell him that there's a restaurant street. Yeah, Major. We actually could use your help.
Who needs to get shot?
Yes, actually.
Let's find out. Yeah.
Correct. We still have to get the details, but it sounds like we could get some revenge for Vault 2.
You had me at I can shoot somebody. Let's go.
Back to the spaghetti store with Major Gusset. I would say in step, but
You're stepping and I'm just bobbing behind you.
Yeah, you just kind of hover.
So is the major Mr. Handy basically, but Mrs. Handy with guns, or what is the major? What do I see
pretty
when?
Major Gusset is Miss Gutsy.
Wait, what's the Gutsy? I don't remember. I remember the name, but I don't remember what that robot is.
The militarized version of a handy.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
together.
You go floating into the restaurant along with Garrick, and there's
Target acquired.
Miyamoto, who you've never met
Target
before.
acquired.
No.
Yeah. Hold your fire, please.
No, my internal circuits are internal monologue.
Oh, you're just practicing for when you finally acquire a target. I see.
You guys don't have internal monologue? Oh, you guys need upgrades.
By the way, in the chat, Bolt said that he was just trying to make sales.
Yeah.
He's not grumpy. He's just trying to make sales. He's trying to sell more tacos.
Wow, Regis, you didn't tell me that you were traveling with the Gutsy. This is great.
The company I keep is better than me, man.
Speaking of, there's a face or two short from what I when I last saw you traveling. I'm glad you've got some new allies, but I'm wondering what happened to the kid.
Little too much traveling, and we love the taco dozer. We've fought for it dearly, at great cost.
I'm gonna have to try one of these tacos sometime. Maybe we can do that after this is all cleared up.
Yeah, Bolt will be thrilled.
I suppose now is as good a time as any to go and see if we can't meet with anybody that I know here and get some more details, and we could talk about that radio network of yours. And he kind of looks at you, and he kind of says it quietly, because he noticed that you were being a little discreet about it. He kind of gives Garrick and Reed just a look like, "Shall we?"
Let's go.
Let's shall.
Okay. And he, pushes his chair back, stands up, and kind of like leads the way. And I don't know what level of contacts I have here, but I'm going to go and search and see if I can't.
Well, you are stationed with the marshals.
Okay.
Marshals, not rangers, by the way.
Okay, yeah, the marshals. That's right.
I know it's been a while, right? So yeah, they do have an outpost there in Yakovegas.
Okay.
And they're also one of the one of the major groups that we'll kind of say have a leadership stake in this town, even if they're not the only one. So
who is my direct I guess supervisor is not the word, but point of contact as far as power structure goes? Who's the guy that's above me that I answer?
Well, you report directly to the head of the marshals. His name is Steve Fendon.
Steve Fendon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys mind waiting out here for a moment? I'm going to go in and talk to... would I call him Steve, or does he have a rank that I would like?
Mr. Fendon.
Yeah, you probably would refer to him as Mr. Fendon.
Okay.
Wait, actually? That's amazing.
I'm going to go in here and talk with Mr. Fendon.
Because, the marshals are a presence throughout the Pacific Northwest, and this guy is like literally the leader of the whole thing. But because you happen to be out of Yakovegas, you do know him personally, and you and him work together quite often. He also had his top deputy. That guy's name is Tom Walzak. And then there's another guy named Phil Anderton. So both of these guys, plus a third one, Cynthia Hernandez. Those are like the main people in charge of the entire organization, and you pretty much work with them all interchangeably.
I feel like these names are references that I'm not getting.
They're not.
Okay.
They're names that were probably randomly generated at one point and found their way into a book I wrote.
Gotcha.
Okay. Just so I don't have to keep asking you, what's the guy's Mr.
Fendon?
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure. Okay. So, is this is it a building that they're in, or is it like a tent encampment?
Oh yeah, it's a building. It's a wood structure. As far as Yakovegas goes, the city center has been rebuilt, and then the whole thing has been surrounded by a wall. So that's why we've got like restaurants, and we've got people who actually we've got artisans who make things, and winemakers and things like that throughout the throughout the town. As for the marshals, it is a building that was constructed. I shouldn't say building. It's not huge. It's probably closer to like house size. But it was probably constructed about 20 years ago out of wood. So it has kind of a rustic look.
Okay.
Kind of what you would expect from an old West sheriff's office.
So it's a structure that didn't exist before the war. Okay.
Right. And there are some jail cells within that are pretty well reinforced. You guys don't have a real problem with prisoners escaping or anything like that.
How does Fenton, does he, what are his thoughts on, or did he put me up to the task of going to this encampment to the north? Like, and if not, what are his thoughts on me wanting to like do that?
He put you up to the task.
Okay. So I'll walk in and I'll look around the room and see if I can find him or if I hear his voice in maybe one of the back rooms and kind of approach him. I'm not going to interrupt if he's talking to anybody else, but when I get a chance to talk to him, I address him and I say, Fendon, about that little task. Well, before I brought him in here, I wanted to kind of let you know that I found a few hands that I believe I can trust to assist me. If you'd like to meet them and maybe help them with a little problem, I think that they would be a most useful resource on this job. You mind if I bring them in?
So yeah, he kind of he wraps up his conversation he's having with one of the main winemakers in town, and here's your request. And he's like, yeah, I'd like to meet them.
All right, give me a second. Don't be surprised by the variety of characters that you're about to meet. They're going to be reliable.
This is the wasteland, right?
He just kind of smiles and tips his hat, and he like turns around and walks out. He comes out and he says, well, good news, Regis. You got the job if you'd like, but why don't you come on in here? Why don't you guys come on in and meet my boss?
Let's go see what the story is.
So I bring him in there and
Okay.
we do our introductions.
All right. So, Mr. Fendon, he's a pretty easygoing guy, middle-aged, brown hair, mustache. He wears a brown leather jacket and a patrolman's hat. He does not really do operations anymore. He's kind of the guy who coordinates the marshals. But Miyamoto, you're one of his main guys. So anyway, he looks at you and says, "Oh, you must be the people that Miyamoto was talking about. Look like a ragtag bunch. Seen a lot of. I take you've seen a lot and you know how to handle yourselves. Is that right?"
Most days.
That's correct, sir.
He pats Regis on the back and says, "Yeah, we've been through some stuff together. I don't know if would he have maybe met Regis? I don't know if you remember him, but would he have met him back when we originally ran into them?
No,
way back.
No, you're about 150 miles away from there.
Okay,
And
okay. That was just another
Mr.
encampment of...
Yeah, Mr. Fendon really doesn't move around much.
Okay, all right. I just kind of pat Regis on the back and stand by what I said about him being reliable and us having been through some shit together. Excuse my language. I don't know.
That's okay. It's the Cyber Nation Uncensored. You're allowed to cuss here.
Okay. And fucking tastic. And that's about all. I mean, he introduces them and
all right. So in case you haven't figured this out by now, Yak Vegas, we've got our problems as a town. This place has always been known for that. Even before the bombs fell, it was never known as a nice, fun place in the world. But we've rebuilt pretty well. But recently, the Legion has become a serious problem. They're camped out on our doorstep. They are determined to take the city and turn it into one of their key bases, from which they're going to launch an attack on the remainder of what used to be Eastern Washington. This is no joke. You guys, I don't know where you're from, but you might have seen a few things before now, but you've walked into the thick of it here. This is a war zone. In case you couldn't tell by all those people on pikes outside the city, a little bit of psychological warfare there going on, but it's got to be done, I think.
We certainly weren't bothered on our way in, thankfully, but there might be a good reason for that. And you're sort of the big head honcho here at the Wardens, right?
Yeah. It's we're called the Ranger, or not the Rangers. See, you're getting me confused with all these.
It's contagious.
You're screwing me up now. The Marshals. Marshals, yes.
All right. Got it.
I'm not here 5
You're the
minutes.
head of the
tearing
Marshals.
everything down.
Yeah, I'm the head of the Marshals. I've got my deputies here, but I'm sure you already know we've got Marshals deployed in most of the regions throughout the Pacific Northwest.
I actually haven't run into you before, which is weird. We've been on the road for quite a while now. But I trust what Miyamoto says, and I trust your word for it. So I like to ask, we're from Vault 2, way out, sort of still in Washington, but a little further east. We're trying to set up a radio network between a couple of allied factions and local towns that need protection or can provide protection when they're needed. I think this sort of fast communication might be able to give us an edge on the coming Caesar's Legion. And I was wondering if the Marshals would be interested in joining. We can give you a ham radio, dial it into our frequencies, and we just let you know when someone needs something, and you let us know when you need something.
Well, we'd be certainly happy to take the ham radio from you. I can tell you that, is this in response to the Legion activity?
Yeah, they've gotten pretty close to us, dangerously close to us.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're trying to be a region-wide problem. So the more of us there are coordinating against them, the better off we're going to be. But now I can tell you that, the Marshals can side with you. That doesn't mean that every faction in Yaka Vegas is going to be with me in siding. Well, most of the factions are already siding against them. But getting everybody to cooperate at the same time is tricky in the best of times.
First step to cooperation is communication, and that's just what we're trying to do here, one step at a time.
Definitely true. Definitely true.
So, we can get you that radio and then probably head out and get us a little tasty revenge. See if we can clean up this problem for you.
Sounds like a good idea. I'm glad you guys are on our side.
Well, if I'm told correctly, this is Vault 2 has a little bit of a personal stake in this.
I wouldn't know. Haven't heard much about Vault 2 other than that you guys opened up Oh, what's it been? About a year now?
I'm not sure. They opened up before I joined.
Yeah, haven't had much to do with Vault 2 since that. Just we just heard the news from Miyamoto here, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's been a while. Garrick, looks like we're on board. Mr. Fendon keeps his word, and I'm glad to have you guys at my side. Is there anything we can do to provide them with accommodations while they're working with us? And perhaps, do we have any? I know things aren't. I know that we aren't exactly rolling in resources, but can we? Is there any way that we could maybe arm them up a little bit, or can we do anything to help these guys to be a little more
Prepared?
Considering the dangers that I don't know what they've all faced together, but like you said, it's war where we're headed, and I'd hate to drag these guys in just to have them swatted down first thing out the gate.
Well, we can't do much in the way of weapons, but we've got good supply on ammunition. Is there anything you guys need?
Energy cells.
I mean, this guy, and I'll pat the laser musket on my back, he goes through a awful lot of ammunition.
Laser, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
And flamer
fuel. Of course, you'd want the one kind of ammunition we don't usually stock here.
Yep. It's
flamer fuel?
proven to be a pain in the ass for me, and I need a new weapon if I can manage it.
What we can do is we can give you 15 rounds. I know it's not much, but we usually use projectiles, not energy.
All right. Well, 15 rounds, that's 7 headshots.
Yep, indeed.
You're not the only one that uses those, though.
Does anybody else need anything?
I use those.
Oh, well,
I just gave them all to him.
I'll arm wrestle you for them.
You can take these. I appreciate my bones aligned as they are.
I just realigned them when you were asleep. Well, you wouldn't be.
You do what when I was asleep?
Never
mind. Forget that I ever said probing.
Fendon, these
probing.
These fine folks are in possession of what I would call a unique vehicle. Is there a place that we can safely store that for them, park that for them, that nobody's gonna, I don't know that anybody's gonna mess with it if it's in the shape that it was in when I last saw it, but would there be a place that we could accommodate that vehicle?
No, not really. Parking lots pretty much where we don't get a lot of vehicles in here. There's not a lot of vehicles in the wasteland, frankly.
Yeah, this one's a little bit special.
Yeah, we don't really have garages anymore.
So there's no place within the wall that they would be safe to park it, or is it already in the wall? I don't know.
It is already in the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just pretend it's a food truck.
A deadly food truck.
All right, then. Well, y'all take care of anything you need to. And I'm going to stick around and talk to Mr. Fendon here about when we're going to handle this situation of ours. And I appreciate all of you guys taking care of my friend Regis for me and signing up to help me with this.
Makes an excellent decoy.
I'm not sure if you're serious or joking, and he just kind of looks at you and just like,
All right, so their encampment's about 15 miles to the north. There's going to be scouts in between here and there that'll probably notice you. You'll want to take them out before you get close, or else the whole place is going to be ready for you when you show up.
All right,
You have a good sniper.
baby steps.
Yeah, who has, because I would obviously have kind of kept stock of, looking around at these guys. I'm seeing what they've got. Who has the sniper rifle or some sort of, okay. So when you're talking about the scouts, I look at Garrick and I say that sounds like a fine job for you and your friend there.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll take them one at a time. Are we going within the? We're not going within the walls. This is outside, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is, you said 15 miles to the north?
15 miles to the north, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little hike there, but I guess that depends on if we take the taco dozer.
Yeah.
I'm actually, if we're worried about scouts, I don't think we should take the taco dozer. That thing, you're going to hear that thing for many miles before you see it.
Is there any chance that the marshals have any equestrian allies? Do we have any horses?
We all get on our little bicycles.
Turbo Kid. Whoa.
You mean horses? You want to know if they've got horses?
Yes, sir.
It turns
Yeah,
out they
invited
do.
them.
They do actually have some.
Because if we had two of them, we could get pretty close and take out the scouts. Me and Regis on one horseback and Garrick on another, or however we want to do it.
At least outrun them if you do run into them, right?
Yeah.
I'd catch up whenever. Since I'd probably barbecue the horse.
Yeah, we can give you a loan of a couple of horses. We got a total of 5 of them in the stable, and we could spare 3.
I think that's more than enough. And I think it'll really help to get this job done nice and quietly. Thanks, my friend. So is it, what time of day is it? Because I imagine that I don't know, I think we would want to do this under nightfall, especially for traveling with a...
I think you guys got here around noon, right? So right now it should be early afternoon.
Okay.
Say 2:30.
Garrick, he's pretty young. He's a young guy, and I'm a much older dude. I don't know if you've seen the picture of my character, but he's in the Pacific Northwest, the page for where all the players are listed on Roll20. But he's an older dude, like white hair and beard, looks kind of like samurai Western Colonel Sanders. I don't know. He's got that white hair thing going on, and he looks at you and he says, "Well, kid, how's your night aim?"
Garrett.
Sorry, how's my what?
Your night aim. How are you at shooting that thing at night?
Not confident, unfortunately.
Well, we got 2 choices. You see how you do shooting at night, or we go in there in the daylight and risk being seen. I'll let you make that call since it's your trigger finger and your eyes that...
First thing in the morning would be the best time to hit them.
Does Major Gusset say that out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, it's not a half bad idea.
Overseer, how does
Yes.
shooting at night work? I have no idea.
I don't think there's a difference in the rule. I don't think the rules give you an advantage or a disadvantage, frankly.
Oh, well then, I'm
I
actually quite
can-
confident now
I
that I
can
think
look it
about it.
up.
I've shot many things bullseye right away.
Get out of that.
Do you trust the vault kids?
Yeah, I mean, I can check the rules, but I don't think it's a major issue.
You know, maybe the major is right though. I'm thinking catch them maybe while they're sleeping even, and that gives us a little time to catch up, and you guys can get something to drink and refuel a little bit.
Sure.
It is worth pointing out, though, that I've got a fly attacking me. I hate that. It is worth pointing out that 15 miles, people walk at about 4 miles an hour. Horses, you can get a little bit of extra speed out of them, from time to time, but you're not going to get considerably more distance out of that. So you're looking at a good probably 4 hours of walking nonstop to get there.
And we're trying to be cautious and looking for scouts. We're not just gunning it the whole way there. So,
Right.
Yeah. So I'd let them know that they probably have what you said about, it's about noon right now.
It's more like 2:30 by this point.
So if we want to catch them in the morning, we need to be headed out by like midnight, probably catch them in the, where it's just starting to become morning. So that gives them about 10 hours to resupply and catch some Z's in a spot that's maybe a little safer than what they're used to.
Yeah.
That sound all right with you guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There is a barracks here in the station. You guys can sack out for a while.
Yeah, I make sure that they know where a bunk is that they can use and get their stuff taken care of. I ask them if
some Z's.
Did I hear them mention like out loud? Did Miyamoto hear them say something about this other character that's at the Taco Dozer?
I think you've heard about the existence of Bolt. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because I know that no one's really mentioned him much. Maybe he's got an aversion to violence or something. I don't know. But if your friend Bolt wants to come along, he can. And if he's got other things to attend to, if you want to let him know that there are bunking accommodations here for him. And,
the only thing Bolt likes more than violence is the Taco Dozer. So I think he's rooted until he decides that he likes this town.
He's the one that drives the Taco Dozer.
Yeah. In your absence, he took over the Taco Dozer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess we don't have much to worry about with him then. It's a pity we don't have him on our side. This for our little mission tomorrow. And if I go in and out of a country accent, I apologize. I never, ever do voices, but I'm trying to make him feel a little more Western samurai. Like he's, I told myself I was going to try tonight. So bear with me. But yeah, so he's like, well, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm going to catch a few Z's here. I was, an interesting day.
Australis player is pointing out to me there is an increase in difficulty when shooting at night. Okay.
So morning plan is good.
Yeah. It's a good thing we chose the other way. Thanks to the major.
Thanks, Australis.
Okay, so you guys catch a few winks of sleep. It gets later. About time to head out.
Now we choose violence.
You are provided with horses, and
I float by. I float behind them.
You're escorted to the wall. They open up the doors and they say, "Best of luck, gentlemen."
Thank you.
And Major.
Yep.
You mean happy hunting?
That too.
So at this point, I'm still probably just kind of walking my horse, and I say, well, I can't promise we'll be coming back, but I do appreciate the help. And I wish all of us the best of luck. Mr. Benson, I trust that I don't need to tell you we got to have your eyes wide open.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's already got his rifle in arm.
Regis, you still any good at keeping the lay of the land? And
I'll do my best. I don't know that I have a map for this.
you just help me navigate through this terrain and get it. We'll keep Benson's Garrick's eyes on the path ahead, and we should be there in good time and without any extra holes in our bodies.
Speaking of maps, we can actually put the map up. So this is pre-war Yakima here. Yakima Vegas is more like, this. It's much smaller. And to get to where you're going, 15 miles is going to put it like right up here. It's going to be near the river. That way they can, get water, resupply, that type of thing. So the easiest way to get there would be to follow the river, but that's where you're most likely to run into scouts and people like that.
How far off is that highway to the east?
How far off?
How much time will we lose if we took the highway? It's going to be easier travel. I know it's probably broken up and there might be cars on it, but
this area down here represents about 2 miles, so looks like about 4. If you were to go straight up to here and then cut over, that'd be about 4 miles.
So what is that? Like we decided 4. What did you say? People travel by 4 an hour.
Yeah.
So by horse, probably half that. So so a half hour. It might be worth going that way. Avoid some of the scouts altogether. What do you guys think?
I like the plan. Might be easier on the horses too.
Yep.
I think that's what we're going to do.
Okay. You head out. It is dark. It is after midnight. So you're probably looking at about 5 hours, even by horse, to get up there and then hang the, head back to the west from there and make your way. The terrain around here is it's pretty much desert, and it's relatively flat. You got a few more hills, right there by the river that's going through. But as far as the old highway, it is relatively flat. There's a little bit of an incline heading out as you head to the east, but it is not super dramatic. So as far as the road itself goes, it's in pretty horrid shape. It was clearly once made out of asphalt, just like highways were back then. But it is crisscrossed by a million cracks. There's often points where you have to stop and go around because, they just don't, the old parts of the highway don't come together like they used to. It's just a mess. And there's also a bunch of ruined cars along the whole stretch. Probably people who were seeking to escape the area alive, but as you're moving past them, you can still see their skeletons inside the cars.
It's always eerie looking at them.
So, just a heads up, Darren.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it's working. Something is wrong with my laptop, and it's not lining up where it's supposed to when I click on things, and I have no way of accessing. I've been fighting with it for about 3 minutes now. I am not able to access my roll 20. Are you guys able to bring up my character and make rolls for me? Does anybody else have the ability to do that?
Most likely.
I tried closing the program out and opening it up, and it's the same thing. It's like, for some reason, it won't go full screen, and when I click on any of the icons, like even like the new tab, something's going on with like my I guess the touchpad, and it's not lining up right. And so I've tried to like click, slightly to the right of things, and it's not interfacing right.
Let me just make sure everybody's got access to your character.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be.
Oh, that's all right.
Stuff further.
No worries.
I'm gonna keep trying, but it seems like. Hold on.
Let's see. What am I trying to remember? What I need to do here?
I got it.
I mainly just wanted to make sure you've got access to it.
Yeah, it's not letting me interface with Roll20. I don't know why. I can get it to where it says launch game, but I can't. No matter what I do, I can't get it to launch game.
Huh. Well, okay. We'll have to work around that.
Yeah. Dang it.
So, Dennis, do you mind handling that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right. So you're riding along, and a couple hours go by, and you do see movement in the distance, off to the west. As far as you can tell, they haven't spotted you yet, but they look like they're on foot, and they also look like they're trying to travel stealthily, probably trying to keep an eye on Yakka Vegas as they move to the south. Do you want to interfere with this guy at all?
What's he look like?
It's just one dude.
It's just one guy. He looks like he's carrying a gun, and he's still quite a ways away from here. But he looks like he's just a scout.
From here with my scope, can I see any logos, colors that he's wearing? I'm trying to figure out what organization he's affiliated with.
Oh, he's definitely Legion. He's got the logos. He wears the logos of the Legion on him, so he's easy to identify.
What you got there, Derek?
Is he within mid-range by chance?
No, he's gonna be long range at this point.
Okay.
Flank him.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. You go.
Do we want to flank him?
I don't know. I can't hit him from here. I need to get just a little closer.
We can.
Moving out.
Yep.
Okay.
Regis, you think these guys are going to be okay?
Until they're not.
What could go wrong?
Vote of confidence.
I say we just sit right here then and let the kid handle it. And so I just kind of stay on my horse and just kind of watch. I figure more motion in that direction is less stealthy, so I'm trusting them to get the job done.
Yep.
It's only one. How bad could it be?
He's carrying a mini nuke.
Yeah. Nice to meet you guys, by the way.
Yeah, you too. This is fun.
Nice to meet
Best
you.
way to meet new people. Play games.
Heck yeah, it is.
Okay. What is Miyamoto's initiative? Or I can look. Okay, initiative is 16 plus 8. So it looks like you're 16. If I'm reading this right.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it.
Okay, so we'll put him in at 16. All right. So, what did you guys come up with for a plan here as far as the scout goes?
Major Gusset goes one way, I go the other, probably.
I stay put with Regis unless Regis thinks that maybe that's a bad plan, knowing these people better than I do.
They're better shots than I am anyway. I think they'll be fine to start. We're the backup.
Yep, I said we give him a chance.
Okay.
He just kind of smiles. This is a little bit of a game to him at this point. He's testing the kids out. Well, the kid.
Okay. So you guys are sneaking up or attempting to sneak. So let's go ahead and have you give me a roll on that, both of you.
And the game.
What we're going to want is, let me take a look. So what we're going to want is agility and sneak.
I'm going to try to close the close distance.
Okay.
You are running in there.
It's
a scary
but
sight.
you want 2 successes. Looks like Garrick, you got 1.
Let's see. Can you take an action point?
Do it.
Let's see. 1 minute. Sneak is not a tag scam.
Okay, looks like you both got 1 success where you needed 2. So he is now at medium range.
I'd like to use luck to reroll 2 of them.
Go ahead.
You got this. You got this.
Complication.
1 more luck.
And,
Can I use that?
okay.
Is this what we call running out of luck?
This last one, I swear.
Okay, so was that the re-roll for the complication? I
This is
assume.
mine.
Yep.
Wait, who got the? No, that was mine.
Oh, that was I'm sorry. That was Garrick. Okay. Garrick, you're sneaking now. Major Gusset, looks like that re-roll didn't help you much.
Well,
So
at least it wasn't a complication.
okay, so Garrick seems to be doing okay as far as being quiet. Major Gusset, you're lighting up a trail around you because just something about the fact that the Mr. Handys, they don't exactly float. They're kind of kept up by thrust, which lights up an area around you. And and the scout notices that from the distance.
Okay.
So at this point in time, they're aware of you, and they decide to start shooting.
Miyamoto shoots Regis a look of they still got this.
Well,
It has nothing to do with the fact that the major's just yelling, "Charge!"
Kill.
No, actually, I'm creepily singing a version of "You Light Up My Life" and said, "It's I'll light up your life."
Oh, no.
Okay.
A very creepy version, like something like Marilyn Manson would sing.
That's terrifying. You're just out there in the wasteland and this robot is just charging you out of nowhere.
Okay, so he's going to take his hunting rifle and he's going to attempt to shoot. So his target number is 10. Oh, they revamped this. Now I got to figure out how this works. Okay, so 2 of these. Looks like that's a miss. Woo.
Nice.
So
Sounds
he
to me
kind
like
of
Bender.
ducks down. That brings us to Miyamoto, who's still at long range. Do you want to do anything?
I hear a gunshot, right?
Yeah.
I kind of just, again, look at Regis and like shrug, like, do we move or do we wait? And I'm just letting him call the shot. He knows these two.
Well, it might be time to saunter that direction. I'm not going to shoot from here.
Yeah, me neither. All right. So he kind of like does what he does with the horse to get him,
Okay, so you
moving
can
again.
close to you can move 1 range unit, so that takes it from
we're not
long
charging
range
full
to
speed.
medium
We don't want
range.
to draw attention to ourselves, but yeah, we're closing the distance.
Okay. Garrick, you are at medium range. What do you want to do?
I want to shoot this guy in the face.
Oof.
Okay.
I'm going to use, I just looked it up, minor action aim gives me an extra die. So I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Or it doesn't give me an extra die, it gives me a reroll, which is essentially an extra die.
Okay, that's a hit, but a complication. So give me a hit location and roll damage for me.
I will take this complication.
Okay, and just to make things interesting, Miyamoto, what do you think his complication should be?
Oh God, you would.
He totally would.
Misfire. No.
So what do they call that? Shameless self-promotion. The game that I'm designing, it is all about spontaneous, like you roll and you have to come up with all this other stuff. And now I'm on the receiving end of this, and I'm like, oh God. All right, let's see.
Did they remove
I don't know. I hate to go with the
where would
obvious,
hit
which is
is?
that like his gun jams. I'm trying to think of something more interesting than that.
Overpowers.
Ooh, I got one if you don't.
Let's hear yours, and if we don't, and we'll do a vote on either the. We could do a little vote on the either it's just jammed or yours. What's yours?
My horse gets spooked.
Ooh, I do like that.
Oof.
And Buckton.
We just see a horse running back our direction. I love that.
Okay, so you hit
I'm
the
trying to figure out
7.
what
the question
position a
is, do you-
7 is.
are
They
you
took
off
it
of your
off
horse?
of the character sheet.
Are you off of your
Can't
horse
see
when
it
you
in-
spook it, or are you on your horse? Is the question I have.
I was in my head. I was imagining I'm on my horse.
So then
You're
now running away from the battlefield.
Anyway.
Okay, so 7's a torso.
Okay.
No, if the horse gets spooked, it's going to go kind of out of control in the direction away from the guy that's shooting at you.
Yeah,
So you have the option of either jumping off the horse and letting the horse go, or trying to get the horse back under control. And you haven't taken your movement yet this round, so you could
Right.
you could attempt to get it back under control this round, but you wouldn't be able to close the distance.
I don't want to close the distance. That's all right. I'll
Okay.
just attempt to get it under control.
Okay.
He takes 6 damage plus 2 piercing.
Okay.
It's a good hit.
Okay, he's kind of like oof, but he seems to be not doing terribly bad yet. So give me, let's see what would be appropriate here for the horse. Give me a charisma plus survival. Yeah, let's go with charisma plus survival. Try to get 1 success.
All right. Let's see. Charisma plus survival.
I'm on your side, but I want to see another complication. I want this to be.
I want this to go real bad.
You end up back in Yakka Vegas. That horse just doesn't stop.
Being dragged by the stirrup.
Yeah. Yes, it is a tag skill. 1 success.
Okay, that's all you needed. So, you're kind of calm down, horsey, good horsey, slow down, and eventually, you kind of realize this is a horse that is owned by law enforcement. So,
Oh, it's not going to be a problem. Okay.
it's seen combat before, you would assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to. Can you do anything else this round?
I took a minor action, a major action, and I moved. So
Yeah,
no,
I think you're
I don't
done.
think so.
Okay, Major Gusset, you're up.
I closed the distance to instead of like medium range, close range. 'Cause I want to make this up up close and personal.
Okay.
Can he still see me?
Yes.
Okay. As I close the distance, maybe 10 feet or so. I just say boo, and begin and fire my flamethrower.
Okay.
It probably
Give me a-
smells like poop now because of what this man did in his pants.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Come on, flamethrower.
Wait on a second.
Oh my god, you're going to cook him.
Flamethrower.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
2 crits.
That's certainly a hit.
I also do have perks.
Crit perks. Yeah.
My perks, my 2 perks that are in tandem is Bloody Mess and Better Critical.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So what Bloody Mess does, when I inflict a critical hit, I roll a d6. If I roll an effect, I inflict an additional injury to a random location. Better Critical, when I inflict 1 or more points of damage to an enemy, I may spend an extra luck point to automatically inflict a critical hit, causing an injury.
Okay.
So here goes the d6.
He's not getting up after this.
Give me a
smell
hit
of
location.
What do I roll for that? I forgot.
D20.
Yeah.
Okay. Moment. It's on here. Oh, there. So d20. There you go.
Okay, 8.
On his number 8.
In the torso again.
All right. So here's the d6. Wait a minute. That's not supposed to roll. Oh, hold on. I goofed on that one. One dice, and then there you go. It's a critical. It's an effect, though, right? No, yeah. You refer to it again. If I roll an effect, yeah, if I rolled an effect, not a critical. So it didn't cause an additional injury, but with better criticals, it did. If I spend 1 luck point, and I did.
Okay.
So I lose 1 more luck point, but he got another critical. And he got an additional injury.
Okay, so what's the amount of damage you've done? Looks like 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And does anybody happen to know what the injury effect is on a chest on the torso hit?
Well, my flamer, the effect of my flamer is burst and persistent spread.
Okay. Yeah, he's still up. He's still not doing too bad, but that hurt.
He's providing a nice source of light for us.
Yeah, you lit him up
I was
pretty
going
good.
to light up his life.
Garrick, you're not going to have as much issue shooting in the dark now. Just aim for the
No,
thing
I
across
don't
there.
know.
Ooh,
I'm
Okay.
pinning your target for you.
Is that the end of your
Smells
turn?
a lot like burnt
Yes.
hair.
It's just,
Okay,
it's
read
just
this.
like me lasing this target, except with a flamer.
Okay, Regis, you're up.
Beautiful.
we're still medium range, or we've advanced to medium range, right?
You are still at long range, actually, but you can move to medium range right now if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting that close anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just call out when I wiggle my eye stalk, you shoot him.
This poor fucking guy. I mean, he's 4-on-1.
He deserves it.
Clearly, it's
You- You
Schwarzenegger.
knew the job was dangerous before you took it.
He's a level 10,
Dang.
Oh, well.
so don't feel too
They
sorry
sent
for
him
him.
out thinking. No, now I'm excited because that means more.
That means he's a
XP.
bad spook. He's a very bad. He's a spook that's very bad at what he does.
I'm just imagining what we're seeing
not a very
as we ride
spooky
closer. It's just
I'm gonna
gunshots.
just get
screaming
closer and stop. I don't know that I need to pile on to the to our human torch.
You might want to. He does have physical damage reduction and energy damage reduction, which means that looks like you've done a lot of damage, but maybe not as much as you think you've done.
Okay, well then you know what? Yeah,
Up goes the weasel.
yeah. Let's see.
We kill him and then we kill him again. Until we're sure he's dead.
Oh, I'm gonna take a pop with the assault rifle.
Okay.
I just want to hug him until his head falls off.
and swing and a miss, I think.
That's a miss. Yep.
No.
Do you want to use luck to try it again, or?
Please do.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
All right. Try again.
Oh,
This is-
nada.
well,
This is
your shooting hasn't
rough,
changed.
man.
Keep your eyes open when you shoot.
Yeah.
Miyamoto
It's
kind
cover
of
fire,
chuckles
it's
to
fine.
himself.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Miyamoto just slaps his palm to his forehead like, what
Yeah,
did I
he's
get
like,
myself
I've
into?
I've missed your marksmanship, Regis. Fine job, friend.
All right, is that the end of Regis' turn?
Yep.
Okay, the Raider is up. And the Raider is going to try to get a revenge shot against Major Gusset.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So out comes the hunting rifle.
Bring it.
And
Bring it, giggles.
oh god. So that's like a miss and a complication.
Yeah.
His gun explodes in his face.
The dice are just hurting everybody tonight, except for the major.
Totally. All right, I'm gonna let Regis decide what the complication is this time.
Looks like Wile E. Coyote.
The cancer finally gets him and he just dies.
Oh, God.
Well,
Wabbit season.
is it too sad sack that when he pulls the trigger, he steps into like a pothole and maybe shoots an extremity of his own?
I can give him what I can do with that is I can roll 2d20, and if he scores a hit, he can hit himself. Yes.
That sounds, fabulous, and I'm glad I'm not making that roll.
He's trying to put out the fire, and he stumbles and shoots himself.
Okay, he does in fact shoot himself because a 9 and a 3 are both successes. This is not looking good for this guy.
It's just a bad day, man.
It's like a Ben Stiller movie. Just...
Okay, so 1s are 1s, 2s are 2s, 3s and 4s are nothing. 5 and 6 are effects, are 1 plus an effect. So I'm counting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 damage plus an effect. And that's piercing. So
Amazing.
yeah. He basically he steps in a pothole like Regis there suggested. His gun goes off. It hits him in the
face. Come on, face.
What's a 2?
Johnson.
Oh, 2.
2's the head. So that was a headshot.
2, it is face. Oh my god.
It pinged
What
off
is
his dome, huh?
happening?
Right off his dome.
Okay, that was a good complication there, Regis. That helped the team quite a bit. You might not be able to hit him very well, but at least you can complicate his life.
Yeah, well, I'm making up for my swing and a miss.
All right,
No, cover
Miyamoto,
fire.
you're up.
Okay, so what range are we at now?
You're still at long range.
Okay.
I don't think you moved.
Okay. Having
Or
not
did you?
So can I move and using the horse obviously, and then when I'm within a closer range increment, can I fire on one turn? I don't know. It's been a long time since I played 2d20, so I'm not sure how it works.
If I recall correctly, range increments, you can move one range increment as your movement
Okay.
in a round.
Okay.
So if
Is
you're
it
at
gonna be-
long, you can go to medium.
Okay, so yeah, I'd like to go to medium, and then I don't remember what weapons I have. I know I had a pipe gun, I think, like a pistol. I don't know if I had a rifle, and I'm pretty sure I had a machete or a katana. I don't remember what we were calling it, but
Let's take a look. You got a 45 pistol, and you got a sword.
yeah.
And I don't know what happened to the pipe gun.
Let's try to. It was probably the 45 pistol. Let's take a shot with the 45 pistol then.
Okay, so
All right.
I will let Dennis do that.
Shot with the 44.
Thanks again for taking control of the character for me.
No problem.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And damage. Oh, 2, 4, 6, 7.
Okay, is this piercing by any chance?
I think it is actually.
No, it
No,
says
the sword
vicious.
was maybe.
The
Okay,
sword is
so-
piercing 1.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a hit location.
Right leg.
Right leg. Okay, so
Also,
you've just gone
I
down
found
into
the new hit location place. There's actually a place where you can click it. It says hit location on attack
cool.
rolls inside the chat.
I wish I could do that. Anyway, okay, so he had just gone down from the pothole, gotten back up after shooting himself in the head, and now you've taken his right leg and dealt a considerable amount of damage. Although he does have
Reduction.
physical damage reduction of 3, so he's still up, but he's not looking as good as he was a minute ago. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. Yeah. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to use the restroom while it's not my turn real quick. I just
Not
gotta
a problem. We are back to Garrick.
All right, here we go. Crank, crank, shoot. Well, I guess it's just one crank. All right. I should say I aim. I don't know if one success is enough to hit.
He only has defensive 1, so that is enough to hit.
Haha. Amazing. Let's do some hit location. Torso.
Okay.
Damage. That is 4 damage with piercing 1.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's not terrible.
No. But I'm rolling 7 dice, so.
True. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. I'm just gonna chill right here. Nothing he can do to me at this distance. Well, probably, but he's a little distracted and angry at the screaming robot that set him on fire.
Speaking of screaming robot, it is the screaming robot's turn.
I think you muted, Raven.
I said choose violence again.
Okay.
I look down at him like with two eye stalks. Like, oh, what happened? You fall down? Here, let me help you. And I unload
Okay.
with my laser. And let me help you with that. Here you go.
I will never need your help with anything if that's your idea. This robot is scary.
That'll hit.
2 hits.
Scary robot.
And damage coming up. Just 3 damage.
3, but piercing 1, so it's not like it was completely worthless.
We
tried
do
to help
still have.
Just stay still.
We do still have 5 -2s from chat right now.
Yeah, if you want to use those.
Okay. Let's see. How do we apply those again?
Oh, you just take -2 to. That would be for attack rolls, but you
Yeah.
fucking nailed this guy.
Yeah, I mean, like we know that these empty ones would be 3s or 4s.
Yeah.
So if you subtract 2 from each of those, your 3 would become a 1. So then that
I
would
think
add.
they're meant for D20 rolls, not D6s.
They are, but I think they can be adapted. It's not even
Okay.
It's not.
I'm not
It's not
gonna
even like
argue
these
that.
are actually. These aren't even actually part of the Fallout rules. This is just what's available on Twitch. So I don't really have a problem with you using that to make your D6 rolls better. So I'd be willing to give you 2 more hits on that.
All right. Sounds good.
And what was the hit location on that?
One moment. Oops.
Torso again.
Torso.
This guy's got a big sucking chest wound at this point.
He needs ventilation. He needs to be able to breathe a little bit better.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yes. I'll back off.
Okay.
Back to about 10, 15 feet.
Okay, Regis, you're up.
Well,
Get something.
I'll crack off a round on the assault rifle because we're trying to finish him, as they say.
No.
Me.
Yeah, just no. You got to take a -2. Take like 2 of them.
To what?
-2s from chat. So if you need a 7. You rolled an 11. So if you take 2 of them, that's a hit.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So go ahead and give me damage on that.
All right, so I think we've got 1 minus 2 left after that. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay, so
PW
3
Bindi.
damage.
I see your name
plus,
all the time.
3 damage, but the effects are burst. I don't think bursts can do much against a single target, though,
No.
if I recall correctly. So,
Remind me
That's
to
un-
make you a proper sledgehammer.
that's unfortunate because he's got damage. Give me a hit location. Roll d20.
Yep.
Head. Okay.
Headshot.
The head has 0 damage reduction, so all 3 of those points count. That, incidentally, is enough to do him in.
Yeah.
You finally did it.
Good, guys.
Hey, you have to do a victory lap around the body.
Oh,
Miyamoto's
yeah,
like,
let's
damn,
pour on the
Regis.
disrespect.
Okay, so the good news is he's down. The bad news is you guys just had a firefight out here, not too far away from
Yeah.
the place that you're headed to. So, what do you want to do at this point?
Cover. Get in cover. And face the place we're going. Expect them coming. See if we can get within
I would say hasty
my
retreat.
sight range of them first. And then, go prone, take shots from the grass, whatever we need to do.
I'm wondering if it'd be better to ride hard away from this location, maybe further to the west, and meet any scouts on the way. I don't know. You're right, though. Cover.
It's between cover and ride hard around and see
Yeah.
if we can come at it from a different angle.
Yeah,
Let's
I don't
see if
want us.
them-
I don't
if
want us
them-
to get outnumbered or surrounded. If we dig in and they send 20,
We
30
might be
people at
screwed.
us, it could be bad
Yeah.
news.
I
think
like Miyamoto's idea.
I think if we try to dig in, they're going to be searching, or whoever had the firefight with this guy.
We need to get away
Uh-huh.
from where we just,
So probably fall back and regroup.
I'm
Maybe-
wondering if we ride. So if we were here, the camp was like here somewhere. If we ride like towards the camp, if they send a bunch of people out to to where the noise is,
kind of
that'll
skirt
leave
their
them-
party going out.
that'll leave them a little lighter on security when we go the other direction around and hit their camp.
Then assault on
Yeah,
in.
so backtrack on the highway and then
Just
cut
enough
in
to get,
to our original route.
yeah, yep.
Would we be able to keep an eye out for them as they come riding out or come they send their party out? That way we can skirt them
No.
properly and so we can assault on in.
You can
I
try.
mean, I can do my best, but I can't guarantee it. I can't use a scope and ride hard at the same time.
Regis,
But have you tried? Okay.
why don't you join the kid and take over his reins so that he can. Yep.
Do you trust
All
me?
right.
We
we
trust
have-
you
No,
now.
but
Do we
it's
have
a
a
good
lot
idea.
of choice?
Yeah.
While we're discussing, I would like to loot the charred and burned corpse and pick up that
There's
hunting
always
rifle.
one of you, isn't there?
Yeah.
Loot the body.
Well, I only have weapons that I have a pipe pistol and I have laser guns, and we've discovered that fusion cells are very hard to come by, and
Yeah.
this pipe pistol does nothing.
Yeah.
So I need something else.
How can you be a proper murder hobo
Okay.
if you don't loot the body?
Ugh.
All right.
So he has
Kissing its head.
Just joking.
he has a
Kidding.
hunting rifle. You also find a frag grenade that he didn't use that's on him.
Oh, heck
Oh.
yeah. I love me
boy.
some frag
Booby
grenades.
trap.
Nah, I'm good at
He is
these.
not.
I have a crack arm. I still have some baseball grenades that I haven't used just because my sniper rifle does more.
Raven, did you
Need a
just
proper-
suggest that we booby trap the body with the grenade?
I did
That is a great idea.
create an IED.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm
I
just
mean, frankly,
not-
that's not even hard. All you got to do is pull the pin, make sure that the handle is pushed in, and you can keep it pushed in by putting the body over him. When
And
they
when
pull
they
the
do
body
it,
out,
boom.
it lets go of the lever or the whatever you call it,
Timer starts.
and then boom,
Good.
yeah.
So the military robot speaks up and is like, "Hey, this is a nice way to kill lots of people." Like,
Well,
yeah, let's do
well,
that.
we don't exactly have a glass pickle jar with marbles and like screws.
Yeah, screws and nails and stuff.
Well,
Quite the creative
actually,
murderer.
sort of, we kind of do, and I pull out one of my baseball grenades.
Awesome. And then that way also we'll know if and when they do show up there, if they set it off, because we'll hear the explosion.
Perfect. All right, this is perfect. Here, I'll set the trap. You guys can start going. I'll catch up.
Okay.
Don't blow yourself up.
I'm good at this stuff. All right, at least
Are you
I
sure?
think I am.
All right, so I'm gonna have you give me a roll just to make sure you do it right. You're only gonna
Oh,
need
God.
one success.
Any fumbles?
But let's make this an intelligence plus explosives check.
That'd be a horrible fumble.
Amazing. Those are two of my highest stats.
And only one success. You got this.
Mm.
No,
Application.
Scheiße.
Do you
No,
want to use?
luck.
Do you want to lose?
I'm using luck.
Had a feeling.
2 successes.
there
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
That's better. Okay, you set the trap and then you catch up to them. So you guys want to basically skirt the perimeter around the settlement that you've got, and while you're going, keep an eye out to see if they've sent out people.
Yeah, I guess we have to listen now.
Okay, you're heading out. So I have to ask, we're getting low on time here. John, is there any way we can get you back next session for one more session?
As long as it's on a Saturday and they don't force me. One of the biggest reasons why I didn't continue playing a year ago is my job. Whenever they feel like it, I work for the auto industry, and they know we're about to go on strike. And so they are forcing like 2 Saturdays, then 1 off, 2 Saturdays, then 1 off. This is my 1 off. So there's a good chance if we go on strike in 2 weeks, they're going to force me the next 2 Saturdays. So that's the issue. If we did it on a Sunday, then I could just about guarantee I could make it. But on a Saturday, it's going to be 50-50 for next weekend.
Unfortunately, the way that we work, we have a definite time slot. You know, it's
Yeah.
like we.
I would love to. I will try. I'll keep you updated, but I can't promise. And it's definite time slot too. Yeah, because I get off work so this game tonight started at 11 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
If I'm working Saturday, I'll be off at midnight and home at 12:30 my time. So an hour and a half into the session. Now, if somebody wanted to play my character for that first hour and a half, then that would be reasonable. I could, when I got off work, I could come and jump in. I'll be kind of dirty from work, but I wouldn't mind that too. So there may be ways.
We'll figure it out, and
Yeah.
also keep in mind that it's also 2 weeks away.
Oh, 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, that could be a big difference too.
So we'll keep our ear to the ground as far as that goes. But you guys, at this point, you are now within visual range of this place, and
We're getting fired.
you can see that there are guards posted, and they're ready for a fight.
Fun.
So you're gonna have to bust in there and take them by force.
Shock and
Right.
awe. We
I don't
could. We
think
need.
we've
This is
done
when we
this
need the
since,
taco dozer.
Major Gusson.
What's that?
I don't think we've done a take them by force since Major Gus and Garrick joined. It's always been like skirmishes in the wilderness and or we're defending a location. We've never had to take something fortified. This is
Look.
going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's been a while. I
Miyamoto-
mean, you guys have been doing a lot of role play heavy stuff recently too. So
Miyamoto and Regis took down a super mutant once upon a time, a
Yeah.
librarian, if I recall. And
Yep.
I believe in us.
Don't tell us
Do
the
you have
librarian
any
part.
artillery
Leave that
back
out of
at
the
the
story.
Do they have any artillery?
Did it have any artillery?
No, I said, do you have any? Is there any artillery at the base?
I don't know.
that would be probably a no.
Oh,
I
We
think we're on
hope
our own
not.
with this.
well, we'd have to. We need shock and awe somehow if we're gonna assault. If we're gonna assault and like make a show
Well,
of it.
You could always go in by stealth too. That's always an
Regis
option
just
too.
walks in the front gate going brains and just kind of staggering.
All right. So anyway, I think we're at a natural stopping point. We're about 2 hours in, so I think this is a good place to call it.
Different session.
Yeah.
But it was definitely good having you back, John.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad that I joined, and I like the new players. They seem friendly, and yeah, I'm down to play again. Yeah, I don't know how long I can continue, but I absolutely am down to play again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we weren't really ever expecting you to be a regular player again,
Yeah.
unless your situation changed a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing is I don't want to be unreliable to a group that is being reliable. I just don't want to put that on anybody. So yeah.
Yeah, we totally get it. That's the reason this is a guest spot.
Yep.
I was hoping we'd get a little further in tonight than we did, but that's all right. Gives us stuff to do next time.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Yeah,
So-
stealth is not our thing.
That's not your thing. All right. So anyway, I think we've hit that point. So let's go ahead and do our outros. We will start with Dennis.
Oh, hi. I'm Dennis. I run the OKSDM YouTube channel. You can find me on my socials at okayest__DM or just OKSDM. I have recently been working on Sagas, which is an acronym for Setting and Genre Agnostic System. We just released for free on DriveThruRPG version 0.7. So you can pick that up yourself, play test it. Most of the feedback has been amazing. People say that character creation is one of their favorite parts. It is designed to slot any character into any setting. We've played in Pokemon worlds, in post-apocalypse worlds. We've played cosmic horror. We've played Studio Ghibli-inspired ones. Like, we have yet to find a setting or genre that doesn't work with the system, and it's super easy to learn. So if you're interested, head on over to DriveThruRPG and pick up your free copy.
Cool.
Sweet.
Cool. All right, John, tell us about yourself.
My name is John Schmidt, and I am a first-time game designer. I've done this since I was like 16. I've been designing homebrew games, but I am currently in the process of playtesting my first game that I'm attempting to publish. It is called Hard Rock Apocalypse, and it is Mad Max and Tank Girl meets like heavy metal, like it's like a rock opera with crazy ass weapons that can alter reality called halos. And if anybody that sees this wants to play test, hit me up on Facebook. I would love to have more hands on it before we go much further with marketing and stuff. And I've had a blast playing with you guys and excited
I've
to
got your PDF.
be at Darren's
You
too.
sent me
Yeah,
a copy of that PDF a while ago.
it's changed quite a bit since then, but I'll have to hook you up.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I can tell you that, based on what I saw before, it looks like it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right, Raven.
Hey everyone, I'm Raven. You can find me all over the internet at A Familiar Raven. I have had the pleasure of playing Major Gusset, Miss Gutsy, homicidal Miss Gutsy, who always chooses violence just to make everything interesting. Thank you.
All right, Eric.
Eric playing Regis Moset, and this what a joy it is to have our trusty samurai back. What a great surprise that's been. So thank you both to John and Darren for arranging that behind the scenes. It's good to play with the samurai, and I look forward to maybe we'll see you again, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
All right, cool. I'm Darren Drader. I'm a full-time game designer, freelance. Might have more to talk about in a couple of weeks. I still need to sign a contract on the dotted line. Once I do that, then I'll have some big news. Anyway, so I'm also going to be doing Star Trek on Wednesdays. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific, and Eric is going to be there along with mostly new cast. So that's why we're going to be doing a session 0 and introducing everything, even though this is actually the start of our 3rd season of Star Trek. So anyway, that said, we're going to go ahead and call tonight, and we'll see everybody in 2 weeks.